So, I bring to you today the words of our Lord and Savior, World of Warcraft. Now, World of Warcraft is our Lord and Savior. I literally did not play a single second of that game after like level 30 sober. I literally did not. I was high on stimulants, bath salts, or very fucked up on dissociatives. So my gameplay was relatively poor. Except for the stimulants. But even then, on the stimulants, I was up for like literally a day before I started streaming, usually. And I did some fucking hilarious shit in that game, bro. I had a level 35 mage in Silithus Horde. And I would dispel magic people to make it look like, or I would detect magic people to look like I dispelled them. And I would polymorph people. And I had palm poly, so I would poly people. If it didn't work, I'd palm poly them. And then I'd dismount them, and then I'd get killed by the guards. But I'd take the res sickness because it didn't make a difference. And all my gear was just 0 out of fucking, like, 40. All broken as shit. And I would just troll the shit out of people in there. It was so much fun. And I'd get people killed by the guards because I'd go near the edge and then they'd start attacking me and I'd blink in and then the guards would come over and fuck them up. Fuck, that was fun. I wish I recorded some of that, but holy fuck was it stupid. The reason I had a level 35 mage in the Silithus was because of the Moonwell. It was the only one that I could hearth to. So I had my brother fucking walk me through Ungaro and like die like maybe once or twice because he was a priest at level 60. Alright, I don't even know if we did die. We just walked straight there. But yeah, oh my god, it was good times, bro. And I'd do the freaking thing where I'd do that little LOS bug where the guards couldn't attack you and I'd like it'd shame it like you couldn't dismount people using there, but I would detect magic them. And that's just like, oh fuck, it triggered this like, I bet it triggered this like, I never really got world buffs in that game, so I don't really know what it's like to get dispelled. I don't think I got dispelled a single time that I could remember, which is valid because I don't remember shit. I had brutality fucking blade. I had ash candy and my item level was high because I had a bunch of like mail and like random pieces from AQ40 and that other, wait, was there another one? Yeah, I had just random I had both. I had the ring from the world boss dragons, I had the boots, the plate boots that give nature resistance, and I had the shoulders because I was just like, I had the weirdest luck when it came to, oh, I remember that. I was with the Dequarius, was the guy on my server. I talked to him about enchanting. He was like, where do you get that enchant? I was like, fucking Moonglade. Fuck, this is so autistic esoteric. Anyway. And not in a bad way. I fucking love how you can just talk about WoW endlessly. But, so, their guild is our faction. So they're like 5% and they're wiping on one of the world bosses. And so I literally parked my Kodo onto Undead Warrior right beside him because he's the coolest guy in the fucking that I know of. And then they all wipe, and I was considering giving him a health pot, but I didn't. I really wish I should have because that would have been such a good gesture. Anyway, and then we kill the boss. Collusion was our guild name. And then I'm the only one who was able to take the plate. Like, I'm the only one who even saw the loot. And it was both items. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, I had 4 Oni bags on my Undead Warrior. But I couldn't get any of the gear. Like, I had ash candy. I run it. That made my PvP good. Well, just good, but... Fuck, this is good times. And also the killing people in Booty Bay as a warrior, and then fucking dipping out the teleporter. God, that was fun. It's a shame I only played high. Because I don't remember, like, any of the shit. I remember the shit that I, like... Some of it. God damn. On another level... I think quantum field theory makes more sense in a non-integer dimension. And I was looking into it today. I do believe the beta function is used in epsilon renormalization, which doesn't surprise me because the gamma function appears in everything that I could think of that was dimensionally fractioned. Like literal fractional calculus. Is uses the gamma function explicitly. Which is just fucking awesome, bro. I probably could order, but if it got here too late, then I couldn't have done it. It was like 6:45. It came in 40 minutes later. That's 7:25, and I can't take it in. So, well, I'm gonna have some ribs tonight. Some ribs and cardamom rice, jalapenos, some Da Bomb hot sauce to make it spicy. I wonder how long relaunching Classic WoW will last. Like, just continually do so. How long it would last. Until there's just... It'll probably last a very long time. Because that game is fucking immensely fun to play. Like, the way it forces community, and nothing is easy, makes it so rewarding. And... it just makes it so you have a community. Like, the community is the biggest part of the game that makes it fun to me. And just everything, like, mechanically, like, just the fucking slight, very, very, very slight chance, even if you have max stat, to just completely fuck up. Like, to miss. In PvP, PvE. And to, like, stun resist and, like... I just had the most random gear. So I got the... Oh, it smells good. It smells like campfire. I got the Ragnaros cape, I think. And it gives a bunch of random resistance. And that's where I met Aquarius, because I wanted the enchant for like +3 all enchant, plus the all nature, all res. So I had like, and then I had a bunch of like some other stuff. And so Balance Druids basically did fuck all to me, but you never saw them, sadly. I also had the AQ 20. What was it? Just the AQ, the blacksmithing. No, is it? Yeah. I had the shield that did silence, and I never knew if it silenced a single person. But basically, I would charge up. This is an example. I would charge up in AQ. I mean, Altaric Valley, and then it would be useful against the casters, because I think there's also an enchant that you could put on your shield to get resistance, magic resistance. But say a guy fucking hit me with fireball and then wanted to palm pyro me. He couldn't for 5 seconds, so it could have saved my life. And then I'd go back and forth, just back and forth, trying to push up, and nobody would join me. I wasn't the best player. I was also fucking high as shit. But like, I can't remember what that was for. I think it was like defending the flag. Because you know how you dance around the flag in that game. God damn. I hate drugs for that. I can't just fucking remember it. I probably pulled off some crazy shit. I remember deleting a Twitch clip that I had started walking, and then I walked up to a priest on the end of Altered Valley, and then I literally one-shot him. I also got my 3,000 hit on a paladin because I sword procced. I Hand of Justice. I fucking needed that as a tank. The guy was so upset. That's funny though. And people knew of me. Like, I'd post in the Discord, and he's like, hey, aren't you that fucking warrior that gets destroyed and Booty Bay trying to kill people? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. I had no idea who the guy was. But I guess him or somebody who he played with had complained about me. Fuck, that's funny. And after the AQ event, because it was like days, because nobody saved up mats on our server because the Eternal was the other guild that wiped at the Dragon Boss, the World Boss. He apparently said, I don't know, I can't corroborate this because I didn't watch any of their live streams and I honestly didn't really care. But he apparently said that he had saved up months worth of mats just to win the AQ event. And so when AQ event rolls around, nobody else collected materials. And then he's like, haha, psych! And because he manipulated everybody into thinking he had the... He did this because they got like 4 Scarab Lords in the guild. Like, legit. Oh yeah! I had tokens saved up for that, and I mailed the people Scarab Lord because I was always one at Orgrimmar. Always a single one just chilling at Orgrimmar on the mound. And so I used my saved up, I had like 170 or something, some shit like that. Some of them mailed me back because they thought it was hilarious. But yeah, the AQ event, I was just like chat fucker. I made a joke. Actually, one guy who was near us was just searching up bug jokes. And so I said, I'm against the war effort. Some may say I'm on the insecticide. And that got a few claps in chat. And, oh, God, that was good. I think I'm like really fun to play with. And it's just fun to be around, honestly, because I'm such a fucking shit disturber. Interesting. I'm not gonna go into that, but yeah. God, life is cool. And I think the coolest part about video games is it enables people who can't go out and like live a normal life. Because I'm like very social in game and out of game. In game through text, out of game through voice. I make that distinction because for whatever reason I don't really like talking online in video games. Unless with close friends. And I don't know why. It used to be because of the thought broadcasting, but it's just kind of remained, and it might have been before that. Because when I thought broadcasted, I was like, I hated listening to their voices because I would just get so stressed at the shit that I was thinking. And it's not like an active, like, I said like the N-word or thought the N-word or something stupid like that, but it was more like I had to just be careful about what I thought. Which fucking is just ruthless on the mind. I don't know if you know this, but I'm surrounded by people who like me. because it's kind of, there's multiple reasons, and so I just want to go into them. I'm sure you can figure out one of them, but it is true. Like people just, most people, I guess. I can't say all people because I'm kind of a whirlwind of just shit, but generally people like me. And I'm very social. I say hi to people. I think I'm extroverted is the word for that. But I'm also kind of reserved around people I don't know. As soon as you get to know, I had this one guy, I sat by him in university for my experimental physics, like undergrad, like lower level rather. And I was just kind of, I just did the whole social, and this is when I was very close off. Somebody, your friends for life, usually. Well, that's only applying to males because I specifically am mostly friends with males, and the females just kind of fall apart. Not really. Actually, yeah, I'd say that's true. I don't know why. Probably because I'm an asshole. I'm actually a nice guy. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It's a fucking waste of time. But chilling like a villain. Straight Rose. I was talking to my friends in university. I mean, I don't have any friends in university. I'd talk to people. I had a few friends, but I didn't want friends at that point. So, just kind of is what it is. I was, I'm way more social than I've ever been. Redirecting myself to that. I intentionally kicked up. Fucking double eyebrow scars and fucking double face bumps and shit. Bumpity humpity. I had a girl that I was talking to. I was like, she was sitting down and I because my thought broadcasting made it fucking weird with girls because I am sexually attracted to girls only. So, except people that look like girls, I should say. So there was this one girl, and she was in my French class as an elective. And I found out she wanted to be a forensic psychiatrist, which I'd fuck. Okay. How much? Oh, there's a big spider right there. That was Spidey. I slid down this thing. You just gotta do it real fast. That's actually probably because if you slide, then you're fucked. But if you stay static, then you're good. So Brooklyn was her name. I don't know I think her name was Brooklyn. I don't actually know. So I'm taking my French midterm exam, final exam, and I'm high on weed. And I see her ass in tights, and I'm like, okay, that's nice. So, like, next semester comes around, and she's sitting alone, so I'm like, hey, is this seat taken? It's just... That's so scary. So, and then we start talking, and, she had a boyfriend. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I continued talking to her. And then she stands up and bumps the desk. So I asked her, I was like, did you just hump the desk? She freaks the fuck out. Like, I don't know what the fuck she was. I guess it was like a sexually oriented question. But she legit goes into me, and I just fucking sit there okay, sorry. And I can't remember if I apologized, because I used to apologize in my mind as with thought broadcasting. So I don't know if I did or not, but she sits somewhere else, and I'm just I just completely unaffected. And so the reason I bring her up is because the flashcards, one of their names has changed to Brooklyn Coercion, as if to say, there's some implication there with the name. As if to say, and this is speculation, that I extremism wise, she could call me a predator because of that comment I made. But also the name is coercion, is in and I did find her sexually attractive, but I also dropped it. And I don't fucking know. If her name's not Brooklyn, then I'm completely fucked up. But I honestly don't remember her name. So, it is what it is. I hope she becomes a forensic psychiatrist. And she could be these, I don't, use me as a case example, except in a positive light. Where you can't, I'm gonna give you a truth. To my knowledge, I was completely sane to other people. Because I didn't have voices, and I didn't really, I'm a pretty normal person, I guess. I don't know what that word means. But since I kept to myself in university as much as I could, I just kind of didn't come off as crazy. So it's probably a good thing that nobody knew who I was in university. Because I ended up doing some fucking crazy shit. I doubt that professor, I don't know when he started working there. If he's even a professor. He probably is, based off his citations. Because they'd snatch him up, be like, this guy's an impact factor for days. Or H index, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't really care for modern science and their publications. It's just all bullshit. So many people researching, but so little being done. I digress. But yeah, it's just my public image was just so fucking low. I'm like Taylor Swift, bro. My reputation's never been worse. Woo! And I don't really care. What difference does it make? The people who I know are the people who I've touched. And the people who I've touched have been touched positively. I'd like to think so. Maybe not substantially. Some people affected negatively, but not directly through my intention. Unless you count retaliation, psychotic retaliation as intention. Some would say it doesn't. I try and let myself off the hook. And sometimes I just don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't really go around harming people intentionally. I haven't been in a fight since 2018 or 2019, since I punched the neighbor a few times. That guy was buff, but he also had no idea how to throw a punch, so I just hit me in the face and I just fucking clocked him with a hook. Fell over and hit me with a rock. Like a big rock too. Like fucking imagine this. And it hit me right in the face, so I just fucking ran. I recorded it. Yeah. So I don't know. If you're listening and you have an opinion of me, does it match what you're seeing and hearing? And smelling? That was a weird comment. I am a weird person. But you know. I just kind of throw myself into the wind and see where it takes me. I guess that's an accurate way to describe my personality. I'm very easygoing. Not much bothers me. So you say I'm an arsonist, which is, you know, soon this will be combined with a computer, and I'll just like commentate on things. So it'll probably be worse or better for some. Worse or better for some. It'd be different, I guess. There's a better ways to go. I would hope the cottages, the asbestos housing that they're going to put me in, has the ability to live stream. If not, then I'm not going to do it because I don't really care that much. The only reward I'm getting is that people get to know the real me. Ish. Real me is subjective. By logic. So many philosophers try and figure out what's the best way to find happiness. I think the best way is just no, figure it out. I was going to say religion, but there's not a one-size-fits-all for happiness. Some people are ascetic, and that works for them. That makes them happy. The natural drive is not always the healthiest drive, as in addiction. Because some would argue that the addiction is not a natural drive, it's an overdrive of something that was natural at some point. True. Because everyone starts at the same place. And even after they've set foot into the next place, there's a period of normal usage. Like if you think back to like school, can you think of the ones that ended up as addicts as soon as they started drinking or doing drugs? Or even university, if you started then. Because I used to smoke weed maximum every weekend. That was it. After I got into it like fully and had a very large supply of it, I would smoke small amounts one time each day on the weekend. And and it wasn't even the weekend, it was Friday and Saturday because I didn't want it to interfere with my school. And ecstasy was the same. I never took it at school until I started taking drugs at school. And that was after my schizophrenia kicked in. Or mood disorder, whatever the fuck happened. So, it's an interesting point. And they call it in recovery, they call it a switch. Once the switch has been flicked, you never go back. So just don't hit the switch. Don't even fuck with it in the first place, in my opinion. My honest exhort. Because what's the point of fucking with addiction? Like, why even start doing drugs if you're gonna have the potential to lose yourself in addiction and sometimes even die? It just seems like a worthless risk. Like, what is the reward? Feeling good? Feeling better than how you could normally feel? And then building a dependence at the extreme case? Or just like a proclivity to using drugs? Like, I look back and I'm like, I was so fucking stupid, but I didn't know that it would end me up in a fucking forensic psychiatric hospital. And I hurt, like, a lot of people. So it just wasn't worth it. But my friend, he was like, if you take these 2 pills of, which I might add are very strong pills of ecstasy, I will give you them for free at the dance. So I was like, fuck yeah, because I thought drugs were cool. Because my deduction of what cool meant was you did drugs and you had sex. And I had neither of those things at 14. So I took them. I don't remember the dance. I do remember parts of it. I was running around hugging people. And that's all I can remember. I should actually ask. Not right now, actually. I have a friend who went to middle school with me. And she might be able to remember that. I don't really care to know, though. It's not really... like, it's not relevant to anything in the present. My life has a bunch of weird aspects to it. Like, everything seems to happen for a reason for my life, whereas for others I don't really see that. And of course there's wiggle room where, say, I lose $5, but that's not really seminal when it comes to the grand scheme of things. Oh, that reminds me, an example of this, and it's very minute. I thought I had lost my pen. And it turns out it was in my back pocket, so I'm complaining about it to my housemate, and he gives me $4.25 to cover the cost of the pen. And so I'm like, wow, thank you. And then after he gives me it, he charges me $10. I was talking about it earlier. For something he bought me, which cost around $10. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. But I didn't know I was supposed to pay him. I thought it was just a gift. Or I honestly can't remember. He didn't say to pay me, though. To pay him, though. So I ended up, because I didn't lose my pen, I offered him the money back, obviously. shit at that. I ended up only spending $5 on that, and it's such a weird, minute thing that's kind of self-serving. It's very self-serving, and that's generally a pattern. So it's an interesting life. Like, if I didn't have those drugs, like those PCP analogs, which are the same thing as ketamine, which is what I played WoW with, dissociatives, I probably wouldn't be alive. Because I don't think I would have been able to... I don't know, it's hard to say. But I also know that it just delayed them, in terms of like an allegory. Is it delayed the suffering? It just put a blanket over it while it bled. And then it just soaked through, and then eventually it was gone, and this wound was still there. A band-aid, I guess we could say, but it was like a very big wound. So, $10 to the person who beats up the guy in the American Psycho hat. I would literally give you $10 if you beat up some guy in an American Psycho hat. Hold on. Oh shit, that's me. That's not like a fighting hubris joke. It's just a dumb thing. It's a reference to a video my friend showed me in middle school or high school called The Barracks. I think Tyler, the Creator, if you look up Barracks, Tyler, the Creator, it's a video of him and his friends. And they say there's like a text message that they got or something like that. Maybe they were live streaming. It was hit a guy in a blue beanie, so they all like fucking look around. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, I'm not gonna find the video. I could find it, but I don't really care. Search engine. Church ending. I was stumped on engine. I don't know what rhymed with engine. So I did ending. You know what I mean? Shit, script's frozen. I told you I'm a weird person. That's also a theological argument. I know you can't hear that, and I'm not broadcasting. I was thinking about... I kept it to myself because it's kind of... There's a memorial for a dead staff member over there. Died in a car accident. No, he didn't die inside the hospital. I was thinking about feelings for the dead as a theological argument. Or theistic argument. Because if you have feelings for the dead, that means you're affected spiritually. Not necessarily, actually, it could be emotional. But to do a funeral is caring spiritually. To do a burial is caring spiritually. Although, it's just a way to get rid of the body. There's reduction in the argument that you can make. It's a very flawed argument, but I'm going to work on it. It's not as good as everyone has the spiritual drive, the spiritual question of whether something else exists. Everyone has that. You might not know it, but that's because you looked and you came up atheist. Okay, bye.